Coming up on this week's Falcon Fever, the Falcons hosted the PBC Cross Country Championship. We'll show you the highlights from the races.
And the volleyball team picked up a sweep as well as raised money for a good cause last week.
Also, find out how this player sprinted his way to Player of the Week.
See how the Falcons dominated Varsity Field last Monday, up next on Falcon Fever.
Welcome to Falcon Fever. I'm Michael Artris.
And I'm Casey Beasley. Thanks so much for joining us. Saturday, October 20th, I got the chance to watch the cross-country team in action as UM hosted the PBC Championship races. The men's cross-country team finished out the day in 8th place. Chris Perlow led the team with a time good enough for 27th place. David Smith and Zachary Walsh followed him. Team member Jake Davidson was named to the conference's all-sportsmanship team following the championship race. For the women's team, Kaylee Glover finished second overall in individual standings with her time of 22:46. Glover's time placed her in the Falcons record book for the third fastest 6K time in school history. Fellow senior Haley Evans came in fourth overall in the individual standings with her time of 22:57. Glover and Evans were named co-runners of the year pre-race. The women's team finished their race for fourth place overall.
The cross-country team has had a successful season both on and off the track. Senior Haley Evans and junior Inmi Matsunaga, along with sophomores Jesse Clark, Jill Kleist, and Lauren Recchia, were each named to the all-academic team. Sophomore Katie Vanover got an honorable mention. Sophomore Zachary Walsh has been named to the PBC men's cross-country all-academic team, while fellow sophomore Nick Fasanello also received an honorable mention. The Falcons returned to action November 3rd in the NCAA Division II Southeast Region Championship race in Charlotte, North Carolina. Montevallo finished second in the race last season and was advanced to its first ever appearance in the NCAA Division II National Championship race. After having a week off to rest, the men's soccer team took to the field October 22nd to face Concordia Selma. Sierra Barter has more on how the men did.
The University of Montevallo men's soccer team played non-conference opponent Concordia College this past Monday, October 22nd. With their 9th shutout of the season, the Falcons ended with a blowout score of 6-0. Senior Shane Howard tells us more about the win.
It was great to get the win tonight, 6-0. I mean, from an attacking point of view, we had lots of different scores on the sheet, so it's good to get a bit of confidence going into the game at the weekend. Huge game against Young Harris, and we're going to need to find the net on Saturday, and then Ricky was all rock in the middle as usual, so need to put in good work this week in practice, and looking forward to hopefully win the championship on Saturday.
Senior Stephen Beatty scored the first goal in the 14th minute. Fellow senior Patrick Dean had the second goal in the first half. During the second half, Ruhe Nose, Shane Howard, Rusin Nikoy, and Patrick Dean all had goals. Giuliano Frano, Kyle Stuller, and Stefan Vaziri had crucial assists. Team captain and defender Gary O'Neill tells us his point of view on the game.
We came out a bit flat, and we made it hard early on, but we got a talking to at half time and straightened things out, and when we stepped up and pressed, we took it to them, and as a result we got some good goals out of it. Looking forward to Saturday now, last home game of the season, and it could come down to us winning the regular season, so hopefully we can put the work in this week and get the result Saturday.
The men's soccer team held down the number 4 spot in the National Soccer Coaches Association of America, NCAA Division II Southeast Region rankings. This has been the second week in a row the Falcons have held the spot. The Falcons' next game is Saturday, October 27th, with their last regular season match against PBC Conference newcomer Young Harris College. The team's seniors will be recognized before the match, which will begin at 3:30.
That was Sierra Barter reporting. Now, despite the men's blowout win, the team fell one spot to number 7 in the second edition of the NCAA Division II Southeast Region rankings. The top 6 teams in the poll following conference tournament action advanced to the NCAA Division II Southeast Region tournament. Now, the Falcons can clinch a spot in the Peach Belt Conference season championship with a victory over Young Harris College in their final regular season match, October 22nd at 3:30 at Varsity Field.
The women's soccer team winning streak ended in a heartbreaker Saturday. The women lost 3-2 to visiting PBC opponent Georgia College. The Falcons had a 1-goal lead until late in the match. That's when Georgia College made 2 goals within a minute of each other, putting them on a streak the Falcons could not overtake. Brittany Woodhouse scored the Falcons' first goal in the match. Jade Pinnock gave the Falcons their second on a penalty kick. As of showtime this Wednesday, the women are preparing to host PBC opponent Columbus State today at 5. Check out our Facebook page for results from that game. The Falcons will host Young Harris on Saturday, October 27th at 1. Saturday's game will be part of the team's annual Think Pink campaign to raise awareness about breast cancer.
In volleyball, it's been a busy week as the Falcons host a match for a great cause and then look to play catch-up in the crowded PBC standings. First on tap was a home match with Stillman College, part of the 4th annual Dig Pink Night, benefiting the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. The Falcons not only swept Stillman in straight sets, but raised nearly $300 for the foundation. Junior Michelle Carl led the Falcons with 10 kills and 4 blocks, followed by junior Kaylee Harvey's 20 assists. The team then traveled to Augusta, Georgia to play the Augusta State Jaguars in a match that went to extra sets, before the Falcons capped off a late surge to win 3-2. It was a great match for junior Mani Adi and freshman Brianna Marquez, who both set career-high records. Adi netted 23 kills and Marquez added 45 assists. Next up for the Falcons, a 3-game road trip with stops at USC Aiken on Friday, October 26th, Lander on October 27th, and a closing with a non-conference match against King College on October 29th.
Men's golf is just about to wrap up their fall schedule. The men tee off in their final regular season tournament in the West Georgia Invitational in Carrollton, Georgia on 29th and 30th. We'll have results on next week's show. Well, that's all for sports highlights this week.
Which means it's time for our Falcon Fever Player of the Week. We're joined right now by Falcon Fever correspondent Jolyn Hanna.
Hi guys. This week's Falcon Fever Player of the Week is cross-country runner David Smith. David is a junior from Telford, Tennessee, and I got a chance to talk with him about how he's carried his high school success onto his college career. You ran in Saturday's PBC Championships. How did you do in that?
I did pretty good. I only did half the workouts all week, finished second on the team. I ran the same time I ran like a month ago at pre-conference at 27:58 and finished like 34th overall. So overall, I mean, it was a good day.
I know in high school you were highly decorated as a runner. Tell me about that.
I started in middle school, my 7th grade year, because all my friends ran and I thought it would have been cool. Get to high school. Freshman year comes along, it went so good. We had 2 seniors who just didn't care, and then we actually got some training my sophomore year, and it all started there. Finished all state sophomore through senior year, led the team all 3 years, conference winner 3 years in a row, region winner 2 times. Then I get to go to state my junior and senior year in track, and then I was the state champion in my senior year in the 800.
Do you want to say hi to everybody back home?
I just want to say hi to my mom. I mean, she's been there so much for me whenever I needed it. Every time I need to talk, she'll be there to listen to me. So I just want to say hey, and I love you, Mom.
Thank you, David Smith, our Falcon Fever Player of the Week. Good luck the rest of the season, David. If anybody has any suggestions for our next Player of the Week, just let us know.
Thanks, Jolyn. It's always good to hear about the success of our UM athletes.
And speaking of successful, our Fan of the Week also knows a little bit about that. Matt Sanderlin won the Montevallo's Got Talent show in 2011, and you can occasionally find him singing at the Thursday Night Music Club in Napier. Matt also supports Falcon Fever, so he must be a pretty good guy.
Yeah, he's pretty passionate about what he does, and I think we're honored to have someone as passionate as him to be one of our followers.
That's right. And for more UM sports, you can get in on all the Falcon Fever action on YouTube and through social media.
You can watch current and past episodes of Falcon Fever on YouTube. Just search for Montevallo for you.
Also, add us as a friend on Facebook. There you'll find links to sports stories throughout the week and live updates from the games. You can also leave a comment, talk about recent games, or give a shout out to your favorite UM athlete.
You can also follow us on Twitter. Just search for UM Falcon Fever, and if you do, leave us a comment or tweet at us. We might just give you a shout out on our next show.
And last but not least, get extended UM sports coverage on MontevalloFalcons.com. There you'll find team rosters, live stats, pictures, and more.
To be honest, I'm kind of nervous about this weekend because the men's soccer team, they are in a win-all tournament match right now, where if they lose, they don't get into the tournament. So it's if they win, they're in, but if they don't, they're out. I'm really nervous, and I hope people come out to support the team.
That's right. I'm looking forward to that game on Saturday, October 27th.
Well, we hope to see y'all out there. But that's all the time we have for this week's show. I'm Michael Artris.
And I'm Casey Beasley. Thanks.